I spent 9 days in Iceland on board the Silver Spirit, the luxury cruise ship of Silversea. It was amazing, until Iceland became rough. Two storms changed our itinerary, and towards the end of the cruise, I got sick. You know, things can go wrong when you travel. But it is a trip I still remember with a smile, and here I want to share my story with you. Welcome, my name is Andrea. I've been connected to the cruise travel industry for more than 30 years, and on this channel I love sharing with you my honest personal opinions and experiences as a cruise industry insider. My journey actually started with an overnight in Reykjavik, the charming capital of Iceland. I arrived the evening before departure, and thanks to my driver's recommendation, I had a fabulous 7-course Icelandic dinner. And this dinner warmed me up and prepared me for my cruise, because when I landed it was around 6 degrees Celsius, around 43 Fahrenheit in late August. And I always recommend adding a pre or post cruise destination experience if you can. Sometimes those extra hours become some of the best memories of the entire journey. The next morning, after a walk in town and a short taxi ride, I boarded the Silver Spirit, and the embarkation was extremely smooth. Kudos to Silversea. I say the Silver Spirit is a lovely ship, but she's not the newest. The overall look and feel is quite traditional and classic, and you might love that. Or perhaps, like me, you prefer something more modern style. And for a ship of this size, the Silver Spirit features quite a lot of dining venues and public spaces. To my personal taste, I would rate the dining experience from good to very good. Again, to my taste, it was not quite at the same level of my last experiences with Explorer Journeys, Oceania or Crystal, but this is simply my taste. You might have completely a different opinion. Please let me know what you think. I was on board for a business event. Almost most guests were regular paying passengers. So this wasn't really a vacation for me. My mobile office came with me, and I didn't have much time for excursions and activities. I only managed a couple of lovely walks outdoor. And then the weather changed a bit our plans. Because two passing storms, we had to cancel 2 of our calls. For example, we were not able to call in the Faroe Islands. Instead, we gained an additional overnight in Akureyri. And yes, this is something you have to keep in mind with Nordic or polar itineraries. It can happen, and sometimes you simply have to accept it with a smile. And I must say, the captain and the crew explained the reasons very clearly and professionally. A cruise ship is a wonderful floating hotel, but it is also a very complex maritime operation, and safety always comes first. I know it can be a bit frustrating, especially if you planned something special in a particular destination you loved, but sometimes plans do change. And in a strange way, this is also part of the adventure of cruise travel. My Deluxe Veranda Suite was lovely. It had a kind of a classic look and feel, spacious, comfortable, with excellent amenities, and I had a wonderful butler. Personally, I tell you that I don't need a butler. I think that modern luxury can also be casual and informal, and I don't really use a butler that much. But perhaps it's something you love, and I understand that. Please let me know. And Silversea is one of those luxury cruise brands that offers butler service across all suites. And I must confess that the butler I had on board the Silver Spirit was simply exceptional. He was extremely well trained, attentive, kind, and always noticing the little details. And during the evening services, he also cleaned all my glasses without me asking. It was amazing. Thank you for that. And those small details are often what you remember. And then, during the final 3 days of the cruise, I got sick. It happens. Just a cold, nothing dramatic, but enough that I preferred to stay away from other guests and my group. So I spent most of those final days resting in my suite or working from my suite. And this is where the complimentary in-room dining becomes so useful and appreciated. So the ending was not exactly how I planned my Iceland cruise, but again, these things happen when you travel. And probably in this kind of unexpected situations, it is when you appreciate the luxury product the most. I had a comfortable suite, I had good food that came to me, and my butler looked after me beautifully. You understand the quality of hospitality even better when you actually need it the most. So finally, what do I think about Silver Spirit and the epic luxury cruise brand Silversea? Nothing to say about Silversea. It's a very established luxury cruise brand with a strong reputation and a distinctive approach to luxury cruise travel. The Silver Spirit represents a more traditional generation of Silversea ships, quite different in design philosophy from the newer ships such as the Silver Ray and the Silver Nova. But maybe you might prefer the classic style. Personally, I lean more towards a modern interpretation of luxury, but I'm not here to tell you which one is better. It's really up to you. Luxury travel is always about your own taste, your own expectations, and your own needs. So let me know what you think. Do you prefer more a classic generation of Silversea ships, or the newer direction and the designs such as the Silver Nova and the Silver Ray? And are you part of the Venetian Society of Silversea? Because I'm originally a Venetian, so I'm quite curious. And what about Iceland? I believe absolutely extraordinary if you accept the weather. It is a unique destination, especially if you love the nature and outdoor experiences. You have to go knowing and accepting that the weather can be unpredictable, and sometimes the plan may change. Embrace it. It is part of the journey. I hope you have found my story useful and insightful, and YouTube is suggesting you another video of mine that you may enjoy, so stay connected and I will see you soon in another video. Thank you so much for watching.